Have you been struggling with playing fast, wondering if there are any secrets you're missing out on? Then this video is perfect for you, as you'll learn how to avoid the common pitfalls that are slowing you down and not giving you the full freedom you truly deserve to have over the instrument. And if you're new here, then welcome. It's so great to have you here. My name is Lukas and I help guitar players to get over that intermediate rut to finally get their playing where it deserves to be. If interested, links in the description, and without further ado, let's dive in. So many of you have asked, Lukas, how can I build guitar speed fast? Well, it all starts with your pick grip, because very common mistake I come across with my students is holding the pick just with the tips of your fingers, which results in needing to apply way more pressure in order for the pick to stay in place when picking strings. That's why increasing the metronome 5 BPM at a time is not going to do any magic, because you'll just slowly reach that dead end again. Instead, trying to relearn the way you hold your pick can have a massive impact on your playing. Of course, there are several ways you can hold the pick any way you want if it really works for you. But if you're here, as your grip, if from some reason is not working for you, then here is what you can try. Grab your index and your thumb and position them so they're parallel to each other, and then all you've got to do is just slide the pick in between. As you can see, now you're covering most of the pick surface, which allows you to apply way less pressure when playing. Which brings me to the second common mistake, and that is applying a death grip on the pick when playing fast. Of course, your pressure will change based on what you're actually playing. That's why you need to become aware of it and be able to be in charge, so when you have some brutal down picking riff, you can go as hard on it as you want. But if you want to shred, play as fast as possible, then applying too much pressure will only slow you down and also sound not very nice. So the moment you relax your pick, not only it will allow you to go faster, but it will also sound more pleasant. And if you're asking how can I actually tell what type of pressure is optimal, then here is a little test you can do. When you're picking, have a look at whether the flesh under your nail is changing a color as you apply the pressure. The moment you see the white flesh coming through as you hold your pick, you know that's just way too much pressure. I literally just slot my pick in between the fingers, and that's all it is. Nice and relaxed without tensing anything up. Simply as the more you tense up, the less breathing you do, the less oxygen your muscle gets, and the faster you cramp up and fatigue. Once you have all that in place, then the next step is understanding the mindset behind playing fast. If you've already tried many times before to play fast and always failed, then there is a huge chance you've programmed yourself that maybe playing fast is something you were not destined to do. That's why this way of thinking about speed is sometimes really hard to work with, as even if I would give you the best speed tools in the world, you're most likely going to use them in a way to prove yourself they don't work and you were right with your initial statement. So let's try to break that right now. Imagine you're in a life-death situation where the only way how you can save yourself is by playing as fast as you can. Just grab the G string and go as fast as you can. Then you'll soon realize that you're actually able to generate some fast speed. Now you just need to learn how to transition onto the strings above or below while being able to keep up the same tempo. Which brings me to the whole downward pick slanting and upward pick slanting thing. So let's first understand what they are, and then let me explain why I don't care about it. So downward pick slanting is when you tilt your wrist facing down, so it makes easier changing strings on downstroke. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Upward pick slanting is tilting the wrist in the other direction, so you're outside the strings, making it easier to change the strings below on the upstroke. Down, up, down, up. Now, my friend, what you do when you have different groupings on strings and you end up changing on one string on downstroke, then the one below on the upstroke, you just keep rotating your pick with every string. This, from my experience and also my students, makes it so confusing, because not only you're paying attention to what you're actually playing, where on the neck you are, how your fingers are positioned, how much pressure you're applying, but also making sure you keep rotating your wrist up and down. That's just too much. The goal is to be as flexible as possible when playing, so we can play any line no matter how many notes are on each string. And that's exactly why I keep my wrist perfectly in the middle, allowing me to play any random groupings without having to worry whether I need to use the downward or upward pick slanting. So if you want to give it a try, here is how you do it. You take your pick and place it perfectly flat on the strings. Then you take your fingers and grab the pick and naturally apply tilt to it. I hope you will benefit from it as much as my students did, and you'll soon be able to shred at the speed you've always dreamt about. But make sure to now put everything into practice. That's why I've prepared for you actual 5 minutes alternate picking workout that covers all of the important aspects and key movements of shredding that we just went through, so by the end of it you'll be able to just shred across the entire neck. And if there are more things you want to master on the guitar, but getting overwhelmed and frustrated just wishing you would have the structure in place that covers all of the important aspects of modern guitar playing, then check out the link in the description. Don't worry, here there's no webinar, free training, none of that. It's just a video of me telling you how I can actually help you to get there. I'm not planning on sitting here and telling you how this amazing program has helped already hundreds and hundreds of guitar players. You can check that for yourself in your own time if you feel like you want to. Either way, I want to thank you so much for being here. You're the pure reason why I make these videos. So if you're still here at the end of this one, then please let me know in the comments below so I know who to say thanks to. Apart from it, if you decide to support this channel by subscribing to it, then that would really make my day, and I would just love you for the support you're giving me. So thank you so much for doing that if you want to. Thanks again for being here, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye!